Alright, so here's what happened when I went to the chiropractor. So I went to the chiropractor for my L4, L5, and L5S1 disc issues, right? And I also have issues with my neck, my cervical region. I believe it is from C2. It's either C2 or C3, all the way down to C7 if I'm not wrong. Yeah, I have like herniated discs over at my cervical region and at my lower region as well. Yeah, so my lower back and my neck is all messed up. Royally messed up, right? And not only that, right? Not only that, I still have like a couple more issues as well. So if you guys relate as well, right? This video is most definitely for you guys, right? So I kind of like have issues with my neck and my lower back, and I have herniated discs. I have bulge, right? Bulge disc, protrusion disc. I'm not too sure if they're the same thing. If I'm not wrong, right? I think protrusion is actually the same thing as herniated. Yeah, I'm not too sure, man. You guys know it better, right? Anyway, I have like this degeneration disease as well. DDD, right? Triple D. Triple D, man. Triple D. I hate it. I hate it. So I have that at my lower back for my L4 and L5, and I think at my cervical region as well. I have it as well. And then I have the stenosis of things. And then I have the hypoplasia. I don't know, man. There's so many medical terms. I don't know. I have no idea. I'm just gonna throw it up over here, right? I'm gonna throw up a text, some text over here at the screen, sharing with you guys what I actually have, right? So if you guys have it as well, then like I said, this video is most definitely for you and what you can actually expect if you actually go to the chiropractor. All right. So before I actually begin this video, right, I have to say this disclaimer first. All right. This is a disclaimer telling you guys that, hey man, this is not medical advice, right? This is most definitely not medical advice. I'm just someone who just wants to share his experience and his story when it comes to the whole lower back, neck, injuries sort of things, right? This is kind of like my documentation of my spine recovery. Let's put it that way. And if you guys can relate, then good for you guys, man. We're all in this together, right? Because I understand the pain. I understand the pain. You guys understand my pain as well. Even sitting over here, right? This pillow over here, it wasn't here. It was here. It's all because of my neck. And I also have this as well. Right? Check this out. This, right? This is not sponsored by the way. I wish. No affiliate links as well. Don't worry. Right? So I'm using this right now. I'm using this lower back supporter. And I'm also using this neck pillow of mine. Yeah, previously I have no issues. When I'm driving the car. It's only when I have all these issues, right, it started creeping up. Yeah. That's another topic for another video. Yeah, because for this car, I have issues. But for the previous car, I have no issues. And it has already happened. All of these low back issues, all these neck issues, right? I already have it already. It's been diagnosed already, right? So it's a weird one. It's a weird one. So the seat, the car seat, right, actually matters as well. Right? So that's another topic for another video. But anyway, chiropractor, right? So what happened is that I went to the chiropractor. Because this is like my first line of defense. I was ignorant, right? Maybe you guys will blame me right now. Maybe you guys will flame me. You guys are gonna roast me. You guys are gonna say like, that's a bad idea, man. What are you doing? You shouldn't be going to the chiropractor for your neck issues and your spine issues, right? The spine in general. It's a bad idea. It's a bad move, man. Bad move. But I didn't know better. And I was desperate. Right? That's the word. Desperate. I was really, really desperate. I didn't know what to do. Right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys listening to this as well, you guys are like, maybe you guys just got the injury and then you guys don't know what to do. You guys don't know what to do. You guys don't know what you can do. You guys don't know who to go to. You guys don't know where to go to for help. Right? I understand. I understand the pain. Even just me saying all this, right? It just brings back bad memories. Flashbacks, man. Flashbacks in the worst way possible. I'm so sorry, right? In the worst way. But don't worry, like I said, there's hope. All right, there's hope. I'm in a better place. Not 100% for sure, right? But I'm most definitely better when I was going to the chiropractor. All right, so when I go to the chiropractor, right, that was my first line of defense because like I said, I didn't know what to do. I Googled and I kind of like, I think it boiled down to like 4 options left, something like that. Either I can go to the chiropractor or I can go to the physiotherapist, right, physical therapist, and then I can go for obviously, right, the medical doctors, the specialists, right? What's it called? Orthopedic? Is it what it's called? I think that's what it's called. Yeah, the spine doctor, whatever it is, right? And then the other one, I think the other one I wanted to go to another GP, another general practitioner, just to give me some pills to numb the pain, right? But it didn't work. Oh, so sorry. So sorry. The first line of defense, obviously, I went to the general practitioner and I got some kind of typical painkillers, right? And then some numbing cream. Yeah. And then that obviously didn't work. It worked for a certain period, but after a while, the pain just came back. Yeah. So the second line of defense is actually the chiropractor. Yeah. So that's what I did. So I kind of like narrowed down my options, and then I realized that I think chiropractor is the way to go. And from where I live, there's a chiropractor nearby, right? So it only makes sense for me, right? Obviously, I don't want to travel anywhere too far away because I can't travel as well, right? Physically, I literally can't. So that was the best bet, right? That was the best bet for me. So I went to the chiropractor. Never went before, right? Never had any form of treatment done to my back, to my body, right? And then I went there. Long story short, the first lesson, right? The first trial lesson, the first session, sorry, the first trial session. Honestly speaking, right? Maybe this is not what you guys are expecting to hear, but it actually helped. It helped me personally, right? I don't know about anybody else, but for me personally, it actually helped. Can I say it worked? I mean, it put me in a more comfortable position. Yeah, weirdly. I don't know. I'm not saying that everybody should go for it because everybody's issues, right? Everybody's spine issues, neck, lower back, everything else is going to be different. But for me specifically, right, I'm someone who has so many issues already, right? I'm pretty sure most of you guys, I mean, some of you guys maybe have a little more, right? So I'm not saying I'm in the worst case, but it's pretty bad, right? It's really, it's already pretty bad for me. And I went to the chiropractor. So the things that he did for me, right, it is that he did a typical treatment. I don't know whether is it typical or not, but the only thing that he did was the neck adjustment, you know, the typical ones where you lay down and then he's behind you and then he just twists your neck, right? And then I don't know whether it's a good thing or not, but for my lower back, right? My lower back was the one that was screaming for help. Screaming for help was the lower back. Neck was a little bit annoying, but fingers crossed, man. Like I said, I'm really superstitious. I don't want to jinx it, but you guys get what I mean already. When I say that, I'm pretty sure you guys get what I mean. So the most irritating part is my lower back. My lower back is screaming, right? It's really, really screaming for help. So for lower back, he did a typical adjustment. I don't know what is it called. I'm pretty sure there's a method to it because I kind of like researched it a little bit. I'll maybe throw up a video or picture over here to show you guys what they actually did for me. It's a very general one where he just, you know, he put my leg across my body and then he just like use his body weight to like slam, slam on me, and then that's how I crack my back. Right, crack the lower back, left and right, both sides. And then afterwards, we kind of like did the, what else did we do? I don't think he did anything to my arms. Yeah, the only, and my legs, he didn't really do anything. Yeah, so those were the main adjustments, the lower back and the neck. Yeah. And then after that, that was just the first trial session. And then I actually felt better. I felt better, guys. I don't know if this is what you guys want to hear, but for me personally, it helped. For me, that's all. But let me get to the interesting part. It was the first lesson, right? It was just the first session, and I thought it was good. So that was just a trial lesson, and then afterwards, I'm thinking like, yo, I'm feeling so much better after one session, just one session, and I'm kind of like almost back to normal, almost, definitely not 100% back to normal. So at that point of time, I'm like, it's either I go through and I buy the package, right? Basically, it's either I buy the package and then things might get even better, right? Because just one session, and then I'm like, wow, just one session, I already feel so much better. Imagine if I go through the entire package, right? That was my thought, right? That was one of my thoughts. Then the other thought is that I don't want to mess it up because maybe just one session is all I needed. It's all my body needed. And then if I were to go for more sessions, right, it might mess it up, right? So those were two thoughts of mine. Yeah. And then I was like, you know what, screw it. I'm not exactly back like 100%. And this was something that actually helped me. And then I'm like, you know what, I'm going to go all in. Right? I went all in. I went for my second session. I signed a package and then I bought a package. And then, yeah, I did it for approximately, I think, 10 more sessions, if I'm not wrong. Is it 10 or 20? I can't really remember. Yeah, I think it's 10, if I'm not wrong. So I did 10 sessions, right? I did 10 sessions more. That was included in my package. And then in the package, right, what is actually included this time round is that I have the decompression table, decompression spine. I can't really exactly remember what's the exact term, but I'll just throw a picture over here, show you guys what the device actually looks like. Right, so basically, I lay down with my legs propped up. Right, yeah, they give me like a small little stool for my legs to rest on. So it's called like 90 degrees, right? 90 degrees, and then my spine is kind of like flat, almost flat. And then they tie like a seat belt on my waist to tie me down, right? So when they turn on the machine, right, the only thing that is moving is the lower part of the bench, right? So the thing moves. So my top body stays the same, right? Stays in the position, and then my lower back actually gets stretched out. Right? You guys get what I'm trying to say? So my body stays the same, and then my lower body just moves. So it kind of extends. So it kind of like, you know, lengthens, right? Lengthens my lower back. I kind of like stretch and decompress, they decompress my spine. Yeah, that's the idea. Yeah, so that's what they did for me. And then truthfully, right, did it really help for that? Maybe just like the first few sessions, it did help for the first few sessions. But after that, because I have like 10 sessions. And then the thing is, it was all very repetitive, right? This is a very tricky one because I can't really exactly pinpoint anything. I can't really. Okay, let me finish the story. So after I went for the second lesson, it did felt better. Did it get better from the first session? Not exactly. Also, it kind of like it was stagnant, right? My improvement rate, right? It was like stagnant already. It wasn't exactly going up. Like before I went to for the first trial session, right? It was like exponentially, right? It actually went all the way up. It felt way better for my back. And then after the first trial session, it didn't really feel all that better as well. Yeah, it didn't really feel all that better. Yeah. But after maybe approximately like the fourth session or fifth session, right? I start to develop this pain. Here it comes, man. Here it comes. Here it comes. I started to develop this pain in my lower back. So whenever I do any twisting motion, right? If I were to do this, like twist this motion, or the other side, on the right side, right? Normally you will feel the cracks and the pops at your lower back, right? And then before I actually went on for this entire package, right? I didn't really feel pain. If I'm not wrong, right? I didn't feel any pain. I didn't feel pain when I was twisting my lower back. So after the fourth or fifth session or so, I started developing pain over there. I started developing pain whenever I do the twisting motions. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Could it be from the chiropractor? Because, like I said, the treatment that is being done to me, right? It's just the same thing, right? I told you, my leg is across my body, and then he uses his body to like press onto me, and that's how they cracks the lower back, right? The neck as well, the same thing. Also the usual one, the twisting of the neck. Other than that, for the entire 10 sessions, right, it's all the same thing. It's all, I don't know whether is this standard practice. I don't know. I don't know. I was expecting like, you know, through the entire package, right, the entire treatment, right, maybe he will be adjusting different areas, like, or maybe different methods. I don't know. Maybe I'm not supposed to be expecting that. Yeah, but because he did every single session with the same types of methods. Is this standard practice? I don't know. Let me know. Let me know in the comment section down below if you guys actually went ahead with this chiropractor treatment before. Yeah, but anyway, all I'm trying to say is that did it get better? Like I said no, but after the fifth session or so, it started to hurt, and then obviously I let my chiropractor know, and then he was kind of like mentioning that maybe it's because when I twist to the side, right, my I don't know what's it called, man. The spine is like hitting my SI joint. I think that's what it's called, sacroiliac joint. You know, it's called like a plate. Is it the plate thingy? The plate bone, the plate bone. There's a SI joint. I think that's what it's called. And then when you twist it, right? Because I'm trying to like twist backwards, so it's kind of like, you know, hitting it. But like I said, I didn't have the issue back then. It's only like when I go through this treatment, right? That's when I started to develop this pain. Yeah. So it's a little bit confusing and it's a little bit worrying at the point of time, right? And I told him that obviously. And then I told him that concern of mine, right? But he still carry on doing the lower back treatment, the leg across your body thing. And that really worried me, man. That really worried the heck out of me. because it hurts. Because I said, whenever I try to twist, any form of twisting position, right, it aggravates my lower back. But he still carry on doing it. So that's the thing. I mean, is it normal? I have no idea. I have no idea. Yeah, but it made me, it put me even more pain. I'm just gonna say straight up. Yeah, it put me even more pain. Yeah, but after a while, because usually, right, when you guys crack that part of your body, right, you're supposed to have the pop, right, the bubble burst, whatever it is. But soon after that, right, ever since I developed that pain, right, I can't exactly have that sensation anymore. I don't have that cracks, the bubble popping sound anymore. Yeah, it's no longer possible to do that. So at my lower back, right, it felt very sore, it felt very tender, it felt very sensitive as well. Yeah, because before that it was okay. But ever since I had that pain, it felt very fragile, kind of. Yeah, but when I was standing, when I was walking, all sort of stuff, it feels moderately okay. It didn't exactly get worse. It's just that whenever I do any twisting motion, yeah, that's where I started to feel pain over there. Yeah, and then after that, right, did it actually heal? That's a question, right? No, it did not heal. It didn't heal. It did not heal. I did not exactly get better throughout the entire treatment. Yeah, even after the 10 session, right, it didn't get better. I was left with that, right? So I should have listened to my body. I should have, picked the other option. I should have picked the other options where I should have just listened to my body and accepted that the first trial session is all I needed. It's all I needed. Maybe I should have just listened to that. Yeah, maybe I should just pick that instead. Yep. But oh well, we learn as we go, right? So this is my story of my chiropractor story. Obviously, there are other details, but what I'm trying to say is that it can help. It may or may not help. I don't know. That's the thing, because I can't say it absolutes. There's no definitive answer for this, because I say everybody is different. Every body is different as well. It's built different conditions as well. It's all going to be very subjective. Yeah, so I'm just sharing my story, right? My own personal story, my own personal experience when I go for my chiropractor treatment. Yeah. So obviously there are other factors involved, right? Maybe my lifestyle factors, maybe I stand too much, maybe I walk too much, maybe I weightlifted too much, throughout the journey. Then maybe those are the other possibilities, the other factors that actually contributed to my low back issue, the twisting issue. Maybe it's not from the chiropractor. Who knows, right? Who knows? Yeah, because throughout the journey, right, I was slowly getting back into lifting. Yeah, I was slowly getting back to lifting. I wasn't doing my usual workouts. I wasn't going crazy, right, as how I used to. I was definitely doing like lesser sets, more repetitions, like I said, but lighter weights. That's the main thing. Yeah, because I just want to have the range of motion. I want to lubricate the joints. That was my intention back then. Yeah, and it was actually advised. Right, he actually told me that okay, you should do it, but like I said, not too heavy, not too light. Sorry, not too heavy, light, but lightweight. Yeah, lighter weight. That was what was actually recommended to me by my chiropractor. So yeah, so that's what I did, man. That's what I did. So did it get better? No. Do I recommend to people? I'm not gonna answer that, man. I can't answer that. It's up to you guys, man. I mean, like I said, for me, you really have to weigh options. For me, I have to, after weighing all my options, right, I felt like this is something that I'm comfortable spending. Yeah, because I've always wanted to try chiropractor treatment as well. I heard good things and I heard bad things as well. And yeah, man, it's up to you guys, man. I mean, take what you will from this experience of mine. If you guys still want to try it out, I don't know, man. It's up to you guys. I'm not gonna say yes. I'm not gonna say no. But for me, I'm not gonna go anymore. I don't see the reason as well. And yeah, man. Yeah. I mean, if you guys have more questions about this, right, you guys can comment down below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video.